Hey, and welcome to Liberate Your Awesome. I am so glad that you are here today because we need to talk about something that I should have talked to you about a long time ago. So I'm sorry. Been on my own path, testing out the things before I bring them to you. So this is the summer that we quit hiding as a collective, not hiding in oversized cover-ups, not hiding behind one more diet that we're going to start on Monday. Tomorrow is today's yesterday. Yeah, yesterday is however that goes, however that sentence goes. Let's not get into pushing things off further and further than we need to. Just let's start taking the action. And this summer, we're all done with I'm going to wait to start until I feel ready. Because there's never an optimal time, right? All right, so I know what some of you are thinking right now, and that you've given us all the resources, but I've tried it all before and it didn't stick. I hear you. I really, really do. And I want you to stay with me today because I'm going to say something that I think is going to change everything for you. It didn't stick because the approach was wrong, not because you were wrong. Let me say that again. It didn't stick because the approach was wrong, not because you were wrong. So that's the through line for all of our June episodes. We're calling it Rooted and Rising. 4 weeks, 4 episodes, one next step at a time. Not an overhaul, not another restart, just the next step. We talk about consistency all the time. I'm going to get it tattooed right here so you remember. Let's go. Okay, let me paint a picture of summer. The pressure kicks in. All of a sudden, there's pool parties and beach trips and family reunions, and the world is full of summer body noise. And what do most of us do? We either go hard on a new plan because it feels good to start something new and we feel active and like we're doing something, or we shrink back and hide and say, I'll sit this one out. I'll sit in the shade, I'll stay covered up, or I'll only go to certain parties. But here's what I know about women in this community, and let me know if this resonates with you. If you can see yourself, you're not lazy, you're not undisciplined, you are protecting yourself from another disappointment, from another failed attempt, from putting yourself out there and coming home feeling worse than when you left. We've all been there. We've done it to ourselves for decades. Remember, you don't self-sabotage, you self-protect. And your body has been doing the same thing. Your body has been taking care of you this whole time. And we've been mad at it. We've been frustrated that it's not moving in the direction that we think it should be moving. But your body is not your enemy. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. So this summer, we're not going to war with our bodies. We're going to work with them. And if you need a little extra support putting this into practice, I have something special for you. I'm offering 6 free coaching sessions so we can work together through this one step at a time. Find your personal roadblocks. Find the mental shifts that we need to make. Find the little tweaks, because what's a tweak for you may not need to be a tweak for someone else. So if you've been feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or just tired of trying to figure it all out on your own, I'd love to help. So let's talk about the mindset shift that changes everything. Here's where I want to shift your perspective completely. And it may take you a minute to do this, but this is kind of what I'm going to ask you to work on as a starting place. Because we've all been sold the same story, the same lie for decades. Fat loss, fat loss, fat loss, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight, reduce calories, add more cardio, start over on Monday. You're a failure if you have extra calories or you have that treat or whatever. You can't fail on your life. Can't. So for a lot of us, we've been chasing the same 10 or 15 pounds for years, getting it off, putting it on, getting it off in restriction, going back to normal life and putting it right back on, gaining it, losing it, gaining it again. And every cycle teaches your body that it needs to protect you even more. And every cycle leaves you more exhausted and discouraged than the last. So what if the approach has been the problem the whole time? This summer, we're shifting our focus and moving away from fat loss as a goal and moving towards muscle building as the goal. And I can already hear you saying, but Annah Kate, I don't want to get bulky. Stay with me. Okay, here's the science behind this shift. I want you to understand this, okay? For every pound of muscle you build, the body burns approximately 10 calories per hour at rest. Okay, if you take concerted effort over the next 6 months or a year to put on 10 pounds of muscle, and that is your focus, that's an additional 100 calories per hour burned around the clock. Okay, so that calculates to over 25 pounds of fat burned naturally over time without you consistently restricting and grinding. How cool would that be? You can't have it both ways. So here's the question. Do you want to keep chasing fat loss and stay on the diet roller coaster? Or do you want to build the thing that burns the fat for you? We have been trying to burn the fat without building the furnace, right? We're just putting kindling in every time we do a 30-day fat loss or we force ourselves to move our body in that direction. And it protests because it doesn't make us feel safe. So let's build a furnace that has a constant supply of energy. So here's the grace in this. You can take as long as you want. You've spent decades chasing the same 15 pounds each year. Take a year, take 2 years, build it slowly, consistently, and sustainably. And that's how it sticks. So if I could instantly put 10 pounds of lean mass on you and you don't change anything else, you still sleep well, you eat clean, you manage your stress, we're not eating a bunch of junk, we're not drinking a bunch of alcohol, we're just doing all the right things with this approach, you could burn that 25 pounds off and no problem. It may take a little bit longer, but you're also going to keep it off. That sounds way more appealing. Again, I like to play the long game. So if you want to play the long game and get it off and keep it off, then this is the approach. And like I said, I'm happy to help. So I want to bring something into this that I think gets missed in most fitness conversations, because for us, it's not just physical, it's also spiritual too. In Psalm 46:10, God says, "Be still and know that I am God." Be still, not be perfect, not be smaller, not be more, just be still. So I want to ask you something that I'm going to keep asking you throughout this whole series. And I want you to write it down somewhere where you see it, write it on a Post-it, stick it in your bathroom, stick it in the car. Ask yourself this question. What is God calling me to surrender to him this summer? Because I guarantee you're carrying around something that's been stressing you out. So surrender. Surrender the relationship, surrender the outcome, surrender your feelings and emotions about it. Ask the Holy Spirit to help guide you day and day before you walk into a room, before you answer the phone. What is God asking you to surrender? Because surrender takes great courage and strength. It's not a weakness. Surrender is the posture that makes rising possible. When we stop striving in our own strength and let God into the process, something shifts. His strength is made known in our weakness. So not just spiritually, but physiologically as well. When you're in a constant state of striving and fear and control, your body produces cortisol. And cortisol is one of the biggest drivers of the very type of weight that you are trying to lose. So here's the cortisol connection. Chronic stress triggers cortisol release, which signals your body to store fat, particularly around the midsection. Okay. And it's not just subcutaneous fat that you can pinch. It's that visceral fat. It's that dangerous fat. Surrender, rest, and nervous system regulation are not soft extras. They are physiological requirements for the body to feel safe enough to change. This is the whole theme of this year is safety. Naming it, understanding it, talking to it to its face, and then now we're moving into action. Remember, your body is not fighting you. It's protecting you from a threat that it perceives as real. The path forward is not more pressure, it's more safety. So we're going to shift our mindset to do that. We got a little visitor. So here's what I'm not going to ask you to do. I'm not going to ask you to overhaul your entire diet this week. I'm not asking you to sign up for 5 a.m. workouts. I'm not asking you to stress your body more. I'm not asking you to do anything that requires a complete life restructure. So, are you ready? Here's your one next step for this week. Continue doing what you're doing and shift your language. When you look in the mirror this week, instead of asking, what do I need to lose? Or I really want to change that. I don't like the way that looks. I don't like the way that feels. Ask, what can my body do? It takes me for my 1 mile walk this month. It allows me to play with my kids. It allows me to play with my puppies. It allows me to do work, whatever that is. Name that. That's it. One shift this week. That's all I'm asking you to do. So there are other things that you can do. We got a visitor. Hi. So that's how the ripple starts, not with a grand gesture, but with a small shift in perspective. And we're starting there because that's an easy thing for you to practice every day. It's just a little mental shift. And if you want to go deeper, if you want the actual summer audit, the muscle building education and my workout generator, check out the vault in the link in the show notes. Absolutely free. I put together a free summer shape up kit just for you. It's not a diet plan. It's a starting point. So if you need help with your workouts, if you need a recipe suggestion, so every time you generate a workout, beginner, immediate, or advanced, targeted, upper body, lower body, whatever you want to do. You're also going to get a suggested meal plan, like a suggested recipe. So I cannot wait to see you in the program and see all the things that you do. So make sure that you click the buttons and go and explore that. So thank you so much for spending time with me today. If this landed with you, go ahead and comment and share this with a friend who has been hiding this summer. She needs to hear this too. And engaging lets the algorithm know that you like to hang out with me, and it'll bring you back. So as always, go out and liberate your awesome.